That was a joke. Nobody's fucking finding this funny. Nobody's fucking totally, everybody, this is how bad my driving sucks. Everybody's afraid I'm gonna fucking end up in a ditch that they can't even laugh at a fucking funny joke. Yeah, it's your last moment's gonna be me talking about how fucking abs are important when it comes to powerlifting. We are on a road trip and we're doing a table talk without the table. And I'm driving and I suck at driving and it's raining, which is gonna compound my ability to suck even more so. The question is, how come some lifters are slow as fuck, but they can grind forever? Why are some other lifters super explosive, but they don't seem to grind very well? I've always explained that as kind of being a scale, you know, and everybody's gonna fall somewhere on that scale, where I was always more explosive than I was strong. So on dynamic work, I could train with probably over the percentages that I needed to train with that somebody else would require, but on max effort work, I couldn't hang with people that squatted 250 pounds, 300 pounds less than me. And vice versa, we had people who on max effort work far exceeded, you know, what they could do when it came to the percentages they could use on dynamic work and display any type of speed whatsoever. Why is this? Well, genetics obviously play a role in that, but so does younger age development. A lot of these skill sets, a lot of physical skill sets, and even visual acuity and stuff like that are all, and endurance capacity, aerobic capacity, anaerobic capacity. A lot of these things are developed during your childhood, not to the point that you're going to squat huge weights or you're going to be super explosive, but to the point of there's certain physical attributes that are best developed and obtained during certain periods of our lives as children during these certain phases, that if you miss that period of time, balance and coordination being another one, you can gain some of it back, but it's never going to be what it really could have been if it was developed during that developmental time of your life. So with that being said, we're starting to see more and more lifters come into the sport now that are lacking a lot of that explosive capacity that, you know, 10, 15, 20 years ago was more prevalent. So I guess I can put some of the blame of that on, you know, falling back to everything else, the lack of physical play. But that doesn't do shit for the people who are in the position now that are trying to move forward. So I'm not one of those people that want to sit there and harp about all our kids are on fucking iPads and they don't play anymore, because that doesn't do anything to actually answer or address the question that's posed now. My solution to that is everybody's always going to fall somewhere on that scale. So that's why I believe you have to have some form of absolute strength development, or the max effort method and the dynamic effort method, both tied into your training program in some way or another. If you want to sit there and hate on Westside, or you want to hate on conjugate training, then build it into a block model or build it into whatever linear model you're trying to use. But it has to be in there, because there's 3 ways to increase muscle tension, and that's through the repetition method, the max effort method, and the dynamic effort method. If you're only relying on one of those, you're only using 30% of the capacity that could be used to develop your absolute strength. So with that being said, if somebody is on the end of the spectrum like myself, where they're more explosive than they are strong, once I develop that to what I feel is the most explosive that I can be, I'm not going to really become any more explosive, so I'm able to maintain that. I can actually pull that out of my training for 4 to 6 weeks before I begin to see any kind of detrimental effect. Somebody who doesn't have that capacity and ability the way that I do won't be able to maintain it for as long. So if they pulled it out, they need to find some way to maintain it either through med ball work or some type of, you know, jumps or something to be able to keep it into the training. Now, from the maximal effort standpoint, if I pull that out even for, you know, anything more than 21 days, 3 weeks, I'm weak as fuck and it's going to take forever to come back. So I can never really pull that out of my program at all. So once you kind of know where you fall on the scale, and you'll figure that out, the more you pay attention to your own training, the more you'll be able to accommodate for it. Well, it is now. Powerlifting is totally about how you look, because that's Instagram. Look at the fucking followers that have their shirts off, the number of likes compared to the followers that have their shirts on. So if you're looking for the Insta famous, or the Insta powerlifting, you better have abs, because that's a whole sport now. The Instagram powerlifting. That was a joke. Nobody's fucking finding this funny. Nobody's fucking totally, everybody, this is how bad my driving sucks. Everybody's afraid I'm gonna fucking end up in a ditch that they can't even laugh at a fucking funny joke.
I'm just thinking this is gonna be our last moment.
Yeah, it's your last moment's gonna be me talking about how fucking abs are important when it comes to powerlifting.
The new total is the amount of likes, though.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, somebody can have fucking, take the shirt off, somebody's gonna get fucking 3 times the number of likes than if their shirt's on. If I actually fucking post a meat clip, they'll get like 2 likes because they competed. If they did that same lift in the gym with bumper plates, they get like 2,000 times the number of likes. So somebody needs to come up with Insta Power Sport, and the whole sport's just on Instagram based upon the number of likes. Like 10,000 likes is 1 white light. So 30,000 likes, it's a good lift. This is stupid. No, the sport doesn't matter what you fucking... The last time I checked, the barbell doesn't give a fuck what your abs look like. At the same time, the last time I checked, a bodybuilding judge doesn't give a fuck how much you bench either. That's why they're different sports. Trendy hashtag. I'm all about trendy hashtags. Here, let me talk about that one. I need more trendy hashtags. I'm running out of them. So fucking DM me the trendy hashtags, because I don't keep up with this shit. But I got a lift that I did, what was last night? Monday? Last night, that I have to post because it's 100% Insta strong. And I need to know the trendy hashtags, because when I go to start putting them in there, I get all fucked up, and all I keep thinking about is beast mode. I keep putting the same ones in. They're not even funny because they're too old. I'm dated. I need to know what the trendy ones are. So somebody DM me the trendy FitFam fucking hashtags so I can make this post, because it's going to be one of the best ones I've ever made. One of my 45 transformations. That's fucking funny. It probably is 45. I guess my best transformation is the fact that I do a transformation. It's just all one big fucking transformation. I had diet transformations. They sucked. Each and every one of them fucking sucked. But that started more as a mental challenge than anything else. So I did that. When it was done, I really didn't give a fuck what I looked like. So that never really held all that much, because I don't care. So it's kind of hard to be vain about what you look like if you really don't fucking care. So that's why it's been so hard to get back on, you know, why doesn't Dave have abs anymore? I don't fucking want them. I don't care. You got to kind of care if you want to train for something, by the way. Strength, on the other hand, is a different thing. So I had the eating like shit transformation. That was with Berardi. That was kind of out of necessity, but Rustin and I discussed that last time he was out. There's a lot of misconceptions that kind of go into that. I've spent a lot more years of my life eating way healthier than people really know. So it just so happened that the ass end of my career was kind of a disaster. So it was it was a train wreck. You know, I was a nutritional train wreck, I guess, from that standpoint, but at least I was the fucking engine and not the caboose. So if you're gonna be a train wreck, be the engine, not the caboose. And so there was that, and now there's this fixing Dave, which we'll see what happens with that. I wouldn't say it's a transformation. There's been progress made, but there's no real fucking end goal. So he's kind of like, I think he took a page out of Meadows' book when fucking John kept extending my diet over and over and over, knowing that I was gonna rebound 20 pounds. He just took me 20 pounds lighter. So it gives me something to train for. I guess that's what it is. And waking up in pain fucking sucks. And I got to the point where I just assumed that was the way it was gonna be for the rest of my life. I really didn't know that there was an option, and we'll see. I mean, it's a little bit better, but if there is an option to wake up and not feel like fucking complete disaster every fucking day and take 2 hours to be able just to move around, then I'm all for trying to see what I need to do to make that happen.